Hi everyone, I'm Mary Wetzel, and for today's discussion video on liberty and freedom, I'd like to reference Dr. Carey Roberts in Liberty University's educational video, Why? A Course on Western Freedoms, in which he mentioned that freedom emerged in the Northern European Germanic lands. The root of the word is similar to the English word for neighbor, and is essentially sentiments that civilization possesses about mankind. Liberty is a Mediterranean Roman word which describes the rights and duties of individuals. Liberty is a set of ideas on which civilization is organized. In other terms, freedom represents the lack of restraint on individuals if society deems it so, but liberty is the use of that freedom with the responsibility associated with those rights. Throughout history, there have been many thinkers and authors who have written documents about freedom and liberty, one of which was Aristotle, a thinker of the early Greek period circa the 300s BC, and in his work Politics, he maintained that freedom differed throughout the world as the politics of each land was different. Slavery was prevalent in areas throughout the world, which goes entirely against the notion of freedom. He believed that freedom was self-directed, and those in slavery were directed from birth to be enslaved as their souls were enslaved and not free. He also showed his belief that those who were free had a higher intellect than those who were not, and he frequently referred to freedom in his writings and much less about liberty. Now, on the flip side, when the Magna Carta was written in 1215 and agreed to by King John and his barons in England, liberty was frequently referred to. It was essentially a guarantee of citizens' rights as opposed to the English government having total control over them. It gave individuals liberty, whereas prior they were at the mercy of the government or of the king's will. Individuals would only be punished based on the law of the land. The law of the land was a higher power than even the government or the king. The responsibilities of liberty were set forth by the law of the land while giving rights to those same people. The Magna Carta would go on to be the inspiring force behind many documents following it, including the Declaration of Independence, as well as charters and other legal agreements which guaranteed liberty. And many countries in the world have the Declaration of Independence or something similar to that. And these two documents show how the opinions of freedom and liberty changed within a little over 1,000 years. The individual became more important and the government was gradually more restricted. Slavery became less prevalent and was deemed unconstitutional or unlawful in many areas of the world, thankfully so. Civilization gradually developed to be more accepting of humanity. Thank you and have a great day.